Hey everyone, welcome back to Brickhamstan. I'm your host Rick, and today we're going to have a look at a recent gift with purchase set that LEGO was offering, the Amelia Earhart Tribute. So let's get into it.
This is Brickhamstan.
So this promotional set was released to commemorate International Women's Day on March 8th, and was offered by LEGO as a gift with purchase when you spent over $100 American or $130 Canadian. The promotion ran from March 6th to 17th, and it's a fantastic tribute to a very prominent woman in history. Amelia Earhart was an American aviator who in 1932 became the first woman to fly solo over the Atlantic Ocean. She did so in the Lockheed Vega 5B, which is the plane that's featured in this LEGO set. She took off from Harbour Grace in Newfoundland and was originally destined for Paris, but due to high winds, icy conditions, and mechanical problems, she was forced to divert her path and landed in a pasture near Londonderry, Ireland. Her flight lasted nearly 15 hours, and for this incredible feat she received a number of medals, including the Distinguished Flying Cross. Sadly, in 1937, during her attempt to fly around the world, Amelia and her navigator Fred Noonan disappeared over the Central Pacific Ocean. Her legacy, however, lives on as a woman who showed us incredible passion, determination, and courage, and taught us that anyone can rise above traditional stereotypes so long as we are given the chance to do so. The plane now proudly sits on display at the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum in the United States. And what an amazing story that is. I'm so glad that LEGO chose to do a tribute set for it, and I really hope we see more tribute sets like this in the future from LEGO. So let's have a better look at the set. So we'll start with the box. On the front we've got some nice artwork showing the plane on its stand with the Amelia Earhart minifig standing next to it holding the map. We've got the suggested age at 8+. The set number is 40450 and there are 203 pieces. We also have a wax seal here showing the image of Amelia Earhart. And in the background we have a dirt runway. Now this could be any dirt runway, but I like to imagine this being the runway in Harbour Grace in Newfoundland, which is where she took off from. On the bottom of the box, we don't have much to talk about. On the top, we have a nice compass and divider, as well as a photo of the actual sized minifigure. On the right, again, not much to talk about. On the left, we've got a year 1932, as well as an overhead look at the plane flying over the Atlantic Ocean. And on the back, we have some more shots of the plane from different angles, as well as a nice close-up shot of the minifigure holding the map. Now, that is a stickered piece, and that is something I wish they had done as a print, but it is a neat sticker. It actually shows the flight path that she took from Newfoundland to Ireland, so that's pretty cool. And finally, right in the middle, we have the name and model Lockheed Vega 5B. Now, normally I would include a speed build with my videos, but I recently had the pleasure of building this live on an Instagram live stream with my friend Brett Hooper. He's a fellow AFOL who I recently met in the community, and he's got a great Instagram page at BrettLego where you can see that live stream as well as some of his great mocks. I left a link down in the description, so after the video, get on over there and check it out. You won't be disappointed. And now let's see the model. So there she is. What a beaut. I think LEGO's done a great job with this. It's a simple design, a pleasure to build, and I really appreciate that beefy display stand. So the plane connects up here on a hinged brick, which gives it its great display angle, but also allows you to lift the plane up and down to simulate flight. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but it's a cool little feature. The stand is a really solid build made up primarily of bricks and plates, and it even includes some really cool elements like these large curved corners and these curved corner tiles. You also get this really cool 2x4 stickered plaque, and although I wish this was a printed piece, my only real complaint here is that the plane on the sticker is white and not red, and because of that, it actually gets lost in certain lighting angles. It's not a big deal, but it's too bad you can't see it all the time. And over here we have that 2x2 stickered tile which shows the flight path from Newfoundland to Ireland, and holding that is the Amelia Earhart minifigure herself. And I think she looks pretty good. She's got a fairly nice printing job on the front torso, and you actually only get printing on the front torso and the back. We don't get any side printing, we don't have an alternate face print, but you do get a helmet and some goggles, and you actually get an extra set of goggles in the set. What you don't get, however, is a hairpiece, and I think that's a shame because if you want to display her without the helmet on, you don't have any hair. So I think it would have been nice for LEGO to include that, and I think it's a missed opportunity. The plane is a very nice little build. It's actually very simple in its construction. The only real technique that you use is right between these two fuselage pieces with some snot bricks, but other than that, it's a very basic build. As a result, unfortunately, there are some weak points to the build. For instance, this nose piece is only connected by 4 studs, so it's very easy to knock off. Same idea with the tail fin here. It's also just connected by 3 studs, so that's a weak point as well. And finally, these wings. Now, together, the structure of the wings is good, but they're only attached to the fuselage by 6 studs, so once again, quite easy to dislodge that, and you don't want to pick the plane up by any of those parts. But once it's together, it's very swooshable, it's very strong. I'm giving it a good shake here, nothing's falling off. And it's a wonderfully detailed plane. I love the pinstripe they've got running down the center here. It's made up of stickers on these sides here and also plates in the middle. And when you're putting it together, you're going to want to take your time to make sure that you get these stickers properly aligned with these plates, because it can be quite tricky. In fact, I actually put that on upside down the first time. I learned on the other side, but it was tricky at first. I would suggest, if you're building it for the first time, to wait until you're done with the complete construction before putting these stickers on, and that way you'll ensure proper orientation and alignment with the pinstripe. We have some more stickers back here on the tail. So we've got Lockheed and the registration number NR7952. That is repeated on this side, as well as on the wing. And the shaping of the plane is really quite nice, with the exception of the wingtips. The actual plane has very rounded wingtips here and here, and they've gone with a more square tip. I'm not really sure why they did that, but I think they could have done slightly better there. Other than that, I love the overall shaping of the plane. The front propeller, unfortunately, does not spin freely. It's a friction fit pin right in here, but there is a nice printed piece right there, so that's pretty cool. We have a windscreen here, which actually carries on underneath the wings, which is pretty accurate. And on the front, we've got some nice landing gear, which are lacking the wheels, but there are openings in the bottom of the landing gear where you could imagine the wheels to be tucked inside. So, you know, it's open to imagination, but really it is a display model, so we don't necessarily need wheels. I'm just going to get it back on the stand here. And then I'm going to show you the last promo that I picked up, which was the Charles Dickens promo, so you can get an idea for scale and quantity of stuff that you're getting. And I really think this is a fantastic gift with purchase. I'm super happy to own it. If you were lucky enough to pick one up, congratulations. If not, I'm sure you can find one somewhere on the secondary market, but it really is a wonderful gift with purchase to have. So that does it for my review of the Amelia Earhart tribute. And I want to thank LEGO for releasing this set, not only because it's a cool model and great tribute, but also because it pushed me to learn more about Amelia and all the great things she did in her life. There is so much more than just her trip across the Atlantic, and I want to encourage all of you to go out, look her up yourself, and find out what a wonderful woman she really was. It is incredibly inspiring. Also, I want to thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit the subscription button, tap that notification bell so you don't miss the next one, and we'll see you next time on Brickham's Den.